doing well. Thanks for watching my lesson. This one is going to be on the Pink Floyd song Time, specifically the solo, but we're also going to be looking at the chords. I've not done a lesson on a solo for a while, so I thought I better pick a good one, and this is a great one. I love playing it. It sounds really cool when I play it with my band. It's fun to play more than anything else, and yeah, it's not impossible. It's hard. David Gilmour is one of the greatest, but this is certainly an achievable solo. So yeah, come in for a close-up and we'll have a look. Thanks. So this song is off the very famous Dark Side of the Moon album, released in 1973. One of those albums you probably want to listen to in its entirety, but if you were to pick out standout tracks, this would be one of them. Obviously a classic solo, really great chords as well, simple to play on the rhythm front, but enjoyable nonetheless. We'll go over those quickly now. I'm not going to go into the strumming patterns too much, but I will go over the verse and the chorus and then what goes behind the solo. So we're going to start off with, the song is in F sharp minor. We're going to ignore that sort of long intro bit with the alarms and the clocks and so on, but we're just, from the point when the music kicks in properly, we've got F sharp minor, A, E, F sharp minor, and then repeat all of that again. I guess if you've come to this lesson, the chances are you know those chords, so I'm not going to explain how they work, but I will put up a diagram either at the end of the video or right now as I'm talking. So that's the verse, effectively. We then move on to the chorus, which is a D major 7, so you imagine a D, but then you're sliding down one fret on that B string, so, and then an A major 7, again same concept, take an A but move the G, the second fret on the G string down one fret, so back to D major 7, back to A major 7, back to D major 7 again for a third time, and then up here to C sharp minor 7, B minor 7, all together we've got into our solo. That last bit there was just a rundown from the third to the second to open on the low E string, or you could just go second on the low E and bend it a half step and then back again. Even so. So that's the first verse. For the solo, which is going to come up next, you're going to do exactly the same, but you're going to double the verse part. So you're going to play the F sharp minor, A, E, F sharp minor twice before you go on to your major 7s and minor 7s. So it's a very long solo. It's going to go over all of the verse, the chorus, and the verse effectively times 2. And then for the second verse and the second chorus, exactly the same, apart from when you get to the B minor 7 right at the end, you play that for another half a bar instead of going to the E, and then you finish on an F. So it'll be go into the breathe reprise, I think, which is not what we're going to cover in this lesson. So that's your chords done. Let's move on to the solo. So for the most part, this solo is F sharp minor pentatonic and F sharp natural minor, because the song is F sharp minor. It's obviously the timing and the phrasing of some of the bends I'm not going to get too into. I'm just going to tell you the notes, and then you should be able to work it out. It flows quite sort of fluently, and you don't have to be too precise on some of these things. Use a delay pedal if you've got one, obviously. I use a Boss DD3, have everything up about 12 o'clock, that seems to work. Sounds good, bit of distortion, bit of overdrive, and you're good to go. So we're going to start off with this sequence. Stop there, that's quite a long sequence, I realise. So basically I started off by picking up here on the E string around the 14th to 16th fret and slide down. I think he does a rake in the song, I'm not too sure, there's a lot going on at that part. But this is a nice simple way to kind of recreate that. So just pick it, slide down, and then slide up to the 4th fret on the D string. Either slide up from the 2nd or just down here. Vibrato. And then big meaty bend on the 4th fret of the G string. So we're going to bend up one step, we're going to release slightly and then bend back up to pitch. Give it some vibrato while it's still bent. Don't sound the release. Pick it again. This time do sound the release, so bend up one step and come down. Pull off to the 2nd fret of the G string, so we're pulling off to the 2nd, and then we're going to bend up again on the 4th fret. Not sound the release and then play it unbent. And that last one we're picking the D string this time, 4th fret on the D string, bending down about half a step. Sounding the release this time, so hold it down there for a bit. And then play it again unbent. Because it's on the D string, I'm finding that easier to bend that way as opposed to that way, but obviously if you prefer the other way, that's fine. So far. For that bit is we're sliding up from 4 to 6 on the G string, or it can be 3 to 6 or 2 to 6 even, and then playing 5 twice on the B string, and then hammer on, pull off, hammer on 5 to 7 on the B string, and then play 5 on the E string, and then 7 on the B. And then 4 again on the D string. Bend up a step, 4 on the G string. Release and then pull off to the 2nd. And then bend up again and vibrato up on the bend. And then don't sound the release, and now we move up to this part of the neck. So all together down here. we've muted that, we've not sounded a release for that final bend, we're going to be switching from our ring finger on the 4th fret of the G string to our middle finger. So it's a very subtle change. Because we want to slide up to the 9th fret on the G string. And we need the ring finger free because we're going to come down and play the 9th fret on the E string. So we're going to do a... So after we've come up here to this double stop, the next bit's going to sound like this, so we're going to go. So yeah, so we've slid up from 9 up to 9 on the G string. We're then playing 9 on the E string, and they're both ringing out at the same time. And then we're doing this little half step bend and release on the 9th fret of the E string. We're then going to go up to the B string and do a whole step bend on the 10th fret. Slowly release that. Play 10-9 on the B. Pick the 9 again on the B and do another half step bend and release. And then play 9 on the G. And do a full bend. And this time we want a wide vibrato, slow vibrato when we get to the top. So one last time. There's a lot of sort of finger manipulation there, switching between these two when you're on the same fret, because you have to for the bends, or you might not if you don't have to. I do. Yeah, so the next part, now we're coming up to this business end of the neck. So the next part is going to go like this. So what we're doing there is we're sliding up on the D string. Don't be too particular about where you're sliding up from, but your destination is going to be the 16th fret. We're doing this F sharp minor arpeggio. So up to the 16 and then 14 on the G, 14 on the B. And then bend the 17 on the B up one step. Don't sound the release and then bend it again. And then on the second bend, pick with your little finger, pick 17 on the E. And then bend it again a third time. And then quickly come down here and go, which is hammering on 12 to 14 on the E string. So you're picking that 12 twice after the hammer on pull off. And then coming back to the 16 on the G and bending it up a step. So plenty of vibrato. And then this is a really cool bit, but quite tricky at first. So after we've bent up one step, we're then going to pick again and bend up a step and a half, up to about there, and then pick again, just up a step this time. So step and a half, then a step, and then a step again with the release being sound, and then pick it unbent. So. My fingers are getting a bit slippery there, so I'm going to do that one more time. So from this bit, and then, so that's 17 twice on the B string, bend and release on the 16 on the G string, play 14 on the G, and then finish that little sequence with 16 on the D. So all together from this bit. And the next bit is so what we're doing there is we've got 14 on the B string, and then bend up 17 on the E string. Don't sound the release, but pick it again unbent. And if you can, do a bit of raking on that bend. And then bend 17 on the B, vibrato. Hold that bend for a bit and then quickly sound the release like this. Pull off 16 to 14 twice, so picking both times. And then bend the 16, vibrato. 17 on the B, so so 17 on the B, and then bend twice 19 on the E, and then pick it. And then we're doing this D shape, which is 16 on the E, 17 on the B, 16 on the G. And then pick the 17 again and slide up to 19. And then pick it. And then pick 17, hammer on and pull off to 19. Pick it again and slide down to 14. And then play 14 twice. So that last bit then from here is going to be so I have a break there, digest that. I'm going to go right from the beginning so you know where we are at this point. So. So at this point we're 2/3 of the way through, so this has gone over the 4 repetitions of the F sharp minor, A, E, F sharp minor sequence, and now we're on to that final chorus part. So we've played a couple of notes here on the 14th fret of the B string. This bit's a bit tricky. What we're going to be doing here is slide. I'll play it first. It's going to be. So we're going to slide from 2 to 4 on the D, and then we're going to slide from 2 to 7 on the G, and then we're going to pick 7 on the B. And then we're going to slide up from 10 to 12 on the B, so, and then pick 10 again. And then we're going to hammer on from 9 to 10 on the B, and then pick 9 again and slide down to 5 on the B. So you really want to try and get that slide to sound, because that's quite a cool part of the solo. So far. And then we're going to slide from 7 to 9 and then pick 9. And then slide from 7 to 5 on B. This is all on the B string, so. And then pick 7 again, so. Oh, sorry. And finish with sliding from 5 to 2. And then picking 5 and picking 2. And then we're going to pick the 4th fret on the G and bend up a step and give it some vibrato. So. And then we're going to pick that again, and this time we're going to bend it up a step and a half. So. Vibrato, and then pick it again, and this time a normal step, sound and release, and put off to 2. So. Again, so all together from the and you're going to hold that for quite a while, and then if you've still got a bit of sustain going on, you're going to gradually release and pull off to the 2 again. Pick the 2. Solo finished. So that last bit then, so we picked it, we'll go from the big bend, so and that last bit is just 4 to 6 on the D, 4 on the G, 6 to 4 on the D, 2 on the D. And then hit that open E string because we're on an E chord. Solo finished. So that last little bit again then from this up here. leaves over the chords for the vocal parts. That's it. Quite long. Hopefully it made sense when you put it all together. I've done so many different takes that I'm about to try and edit together, and hopefully it will be coherent. Any questions, let me know. If not, I'll see you for the next one. Thank you.